For the average Joe Schmo, no one would know what the hell Connor Murphy is talking about. It all sounds like philosophical, spiritual, enlightenment, all kinds of crap. But when you really get down to the brass tacks, when you really look at the data, the facts, all the evidence that we've gone through in this entire channel about the Leo and Longevity case, when you dive into the nuance, he solved his own crime, and he continues to solve this crime and tell us he and his accomplice, this Thai woman, are the two individuals that took Leo's life. Did I say alleged? Did I say maybe? Did I say kinda? Did I say there's a chance? No. I am willing to put my hand on a chopping block. And if these two aren't involved, you can chop my hand off with a meat cleaver. I am that certain I will put my hand on a chopping block and put my hand on the line for this information. And let me show you why. Let's go through this again. So as you can see here, he does some sort of hand signal, hand gesture. I haven't figured this out yet. 7-Eleven. There's some sort of reference with this tank top too. She has to be in the video. Fuckable Fairy and Connor Murphy, the two people that were involved, are tagged in this specific post because this specific post is a dig at the ones who know and is to taunt the ones that know, and he wants them to know that he got away with it. Now, what I wanted to show you was the shirt right away. He lifts up and shows the scar. Okay, at the end, look at this. So look at the shirt. Look at the actual tank top. Look what it says. It says Leo, dude. The shirt itself says Leo. He points to the scar. Okay, yeah, look. So now we can see the T. This is all planned. This entire post was planned because Oompaville did a whole montage on this guy. It was a very on the surface, we've already talked about this, medicinal hallucinogenic experience. Like, that's old news. We know the new Connor. Now, guys, when I say Connor Murphy is falling all the way off and he's got to change his whole MO, he's got to change his whole persona to Michael Murphy, I'm not playing with y'all. Listen, this is the side-by-side of Oompaville's video 10 days ago at 559K views. He's got 5.3 million subs. Connor Murphy 9 days ago, the response video gets 2,200 views, and he's got 1.3 million subscribers. I can go to my channel right here. Let's just go to just one video that I knew would be in the algorithm. I knew that would do well in the algorithm. Got 1.1K views with 1,400 subscribers. This video right here I did on Tony Huge, Adam Judd, Connor Murphy, on you, Connor, with 1.4K subs, got 1K views. And sir, that is just a terrible, terrible, terrible ratio. And look, he copies Oompaville's thumbnail thinking that he's going to get a boost in views. Come on, man. Come on, brother. That's not going to cut it. Let's just go to your channel real quick and see what we got going on. 3.4K views, 14K views. Never fap again with a VR toy girlfriend. Come on, man. Leo and Longevity freaks out at wife over milk's location. I didn't even... Did I? Yeah, I watched that. Obviously, I watched that. But it's not a coincidence when the next video is my girlfriend is in serious danger, Connor Murphy, and you have the lion in the photo, in the thumbnail. Once again, I will reiterate, I will put my hand on the chopping block and you can slice it with the meat cleaver. It's not coincidence. It's subliminal when you make a video about Lucy and Leo, and then the follow-up video, it's still in your brain, it's still in the subconscious, and then you make a video with you, her, and the lion in the next video. I know the new Connor. I know why you're lifting up and showing that scar that she did, that you supposedly did, that she did, and it's an act and it's a play, it's whatever. You want to make her look crazy so you can eventually push her off the ledge, Con man. Constantinople, connoisseur of bathroom unalivings and cover-ups. Yeah, that's you. Natty Protocol, Mr. Enhanced Bunk Supplement Labs. Now, Tony Huge, that's a different story. He's living his best life. I can't hate on the man right now.
This morning I said I'm going to do what I really don't want to do. What I really don't want to do is cardio, so here we go, my once a month cardio. Working out for maximum efficiency and the most fat loss in the shortest period of time. We go back and forth between cardio and weightlifting. So while we're resting our muscles so we can regain our strength and regenerate ATP from the weightlifting, then we're doing cardio to keep our heart rate up and continue burning calories. So we're trying this morning routine where we wake up, we take a bunch of supplements, set our intention for the day, and then we come work out, and then we go sauna and stretching. And the debate would be, is it worth doing all this stuff at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day? And that's why we experiment with every possible daily schedule to see which one ends up being optimal.
Morning swim for cardio. All I see you is doing is flexing, my dude. Why aren't you showing us you doing the swim? Oh, it's probably because you're stiff as shit. You do the essentials, you do the chest, you do your 4 sets of 15, but I don't see you doing any stretching, bro. You stiff as hell, aren't you, Tony?
And breakfast this morning is broccoli, chicken, I think it's a cheese omelet, and spinach. Here we have another fat loss transformation coming. Her first injection, tirzepatide, appetite suppressant, so that she's going to eat a lot less food and then combine the exercise and the fat loss supplements and drop fat fast.
One thing I will give to TH is that he is using these women like lab rats, and he's basically saying, if you want this bread, you follow this protocol because I'm using you to sell my products. And so he's selling other things. See all these pharmaceuticals and these molecules that he's mentioning? These aren't on enhanced labs for sale. He's fixing these women with high-grade pharmaceuticals, and then he's selling you bunk shit that's not even in there, and that's how he's making his fortune. He's really converting these ladies to look really well, like look really good, and they're following the protocol, but they're following it to get the bread, and then he's going on and selling you something different. That's why I'm going to be on these guys' neck until this conglomerate is broken up as well. Because he's already had one supplement company get raided by the feds. He's going to have another one, too, once the Better Business Bureau gets all these complaints.
Shake it in your mouth. Shake it in your mouth. Yeah. Shake it in. Shake. Shake it in your mouth. Yeah. Now put it down. Oh, yep. Yeah. Put it in. Put it in, don't be shy.
Okay, so there's your brief glimpse of Fairy World and Connor Murphy. You won't see him much. You won't see him much at all. You see how comfortable that lifestyle is? We'll talk about later in the video what the FBI will do and should do if they want to solve this case. Tony Huge has got a very, very complex and expensive and, fun situation going on here. Do you really think he's going to let it be ruined by a incident that in his mind and all their minds is swept under the rug? Hell no.
These experiments, this is our brainwave EEG scanner. So we wear this on our head, and there's little pads inside. We wet those so it makes contact with the scalp, reads the brainwaves from all these different locations on the scalp. Some of you are thinking Tony Huge is the last person who should ever be talking about health, because Tony Huge takes all these bodybuilding drugs and crazy dosages and experimental stuff that nobody's taken before, and we don't know what's going to happen. And Tony Huge is going to be the next one to die, but I'm not dead yet.
That's a really weird choice of wording there, Mr. Huge. Mr. Hughes. I wonder who you're referring to. Are you referring to Leo? Are you referring to Joe Aesthetics, that was part of your team for over 2 years, taking your supplements and things that you have concocted for over 2 years? Is that who you're talking about? Or are you trying to mimic Boston Lloyd? Because there's a lot of mannerisms, there's a lot of things that you do that kind of, remind me of Boston Lloyd. He was the same way. You were like that, but you weren't like that until you started messing with Leo, messing with Boston, Dave Palumbo. You were in that whole circle, or wanted to be in that circle, before Leo got taken out, because that was the place to be. Fuad's podcast, all that circle was at one point the cool clique, and you were not in it. You were in it, but you weren't really in it. And I see that you've taken a lot of influence from Boston Lloyd as well. How y'all got Joe Aesthetics, he's gone now, and you don't want to trace any of that. You don't want to go trace none of his supplements. You don't want to do any of that. You just want to bury him and move on. It's crazy how you make the same type of video when the man falls out of a burning building, when Leo and Longevity dies, and then Joe Aesthetics. The Trinity.
I'd try to make funny videos with him and lighten the spirit and all that, but oftentimes I was a little bit too crazy for Joe. One of the reasons why we had to distance ourselves more publicly than privately, like we were more private friends and spent more time than we would ever tell the public during a certain period. But as time went on, it became like more important for Joe to separate himself from my crazy lifestyle, because he was trying to go after a different demographic. And so we did spend less time together in recent times, amongst other issues.
Let's get down to the topic at hand. What is Connor Murphy telling us in this video? Well, the comments are clueless, but I'm going to read this aloud. Cut. Get it? In golf, when the ball is struck by a club face that is open relative to the path, it causes the ball to spin clockwise from top point of view, instantiating a left to right curvature of the ball. The Magnus effect causes the ball to curve right due to differential air pressure. The clockwise spin creates lower pressure on the left side and higher pressure on the right side, generating a rightward lift force that curves the ball's trajectory to the right. This is what's known as a cut in golf jargon. I also drew your attention to the scar of a cut on my obliques. This is what is known as a double entendre. Quote, cut, end quote, here has two distinct interpretations, which is supposed to yield a comedic aura. So it does. On the surface, it does. Oh, the cut that she stabbed you with, and then you guys made up a story at the hospital. No. You did that, Connor. You did that. You went psycho for what you did, and everything else after the fact was you trying to cover it up. I want to highlight this picture Connor Murphy just put on his page. I want to show you guys the scar that he did, the scar that he wants everyone to think that she did. Do you really think that little petite little girl is gonna get a knife and dig it in this far into this man's stomach without him moving, without him making any noise, without him jarring, it would not be a straight line like that, and then a convenient line at the bottom, which is creating an L. Why would this scar be an L, guys? Yes, it's in remembrance of what happened. He wants to always remember the thing that they did. That's why the scar is in the shape of an L. Okay, you know what made me go back to this? You know what made me go back to this video, guys? And watch this sequence. Watch this.
ไปเลยและน้องสาวที่ได้ปีนหน้าต่างเอาชีวิตรอดหนี
Watch this. Yeah, and you saw who that was. You saw who that was. I do independent investigative journalism. You saw who that was. Yeah.
เข้ามาก่อนเนี่ย
You know you're doing God's work. This is not my work. This is God's work. You know you're doing God's work when these little correlations come into play like that. She don't really post shit. But as she's on the screen, I've never seen an alert come up for Foxy. As we have her on the screen, an alert from her pops up 5,000 miles away. It's not a coincidence. We are on the right track.
ก่อนที่เจ้าหน้าที่จะมาถึงเมื่อเจ้าหน้าที่ตำรวจมาถึงนะครับได้นำกำลังกว่า10นายเลยปิดล้อมบ้านไว้แต่
Did you see that? So he's basically telling her, no, don't lift up my shirt. Don't show the scar. We just saw the scar.
ชาวต่างชาติผู้ก่อเหตุ
And she's like, man, shut up. And like, don't talk about this right now. And then he puts it down. She puts it down, right? I don't think that was an L though. Normally, white people don't keloid like this. So when I go back to our video, right? And we come in and we zoom in here. I'm looking at it like, why would it looks like it's keloided out, right? And why would each individual stitch have its own scar as well? You normally don't see it like that uniform, okay? So what I'm willing to believe now, because you don't see this man in the water at all, do you? You see him right above the water. You don't see him in the water, but this man has faked this scar. Connor Murphy has faked this scar. Faked it. This isn't even real. This isn't real. Oh my gosh. I just found this out on the fly too. White people don't really keloid like this when they scar. Black people keloid, right? But white people do not keloid like this. So he is over accentuating this L for what? To taunt the dead. Wow. Okay, you guys think this might be fake. You think it might be real. Okay. Let me show you that she didn't do it. This man did this in a mirror. You ready? There it is. That's how it looked to Connor in the mirror. And since we're right here in this moment, Connor, everyone that when I put your name in the title, they're going to click it because there's some information that needs to be told and that will be told. That's factual. So when you watch it, when all of the team watches it, when everybody in your group watches it, just know. So just like you know to watch my channel for my videos with 1K subs, when you're a 2 million sub channel, I appreciate that. I applaud that. You have made it, but you are keeping an eye on my channel because I'm going to title it and I'm going to address you straight up. I'm not going to put out these little Oompaville, little puff pieces. Wait, hold on. This guy's doing a Connor Murphy doc. Okay, so this got to be like a 3-hour Trap Lord Ross kind of doc. And it was a puff piece. Oompaville, aka puff piece. Did you take the time to talk about any of the... No, he did the Pramasada yoga. Oh, this was actually pretty crazy. This actually looks like an acid trip. This is actually crazy.
Shamanic breathing. Hey man, don't get any more seizures. All right.
That's probably one of the craziest posts he's put up. But as you can see here, a 34-minute video, and this will be right around a 30-minute video. But watch this.
Point, you're not convinced that this man might be at least a little bit insane. Here's a little more proof for you. On May 1st this year, Connor lost his mind and started to hit his Thai girlfriend with a golf club, and he was arrested. He's kind of actually lost his mind. Not only that, but he also started smashing shit around the home and once again lost his mind. He needs help. But he's in Thailand, and he also got stabbed by his girlfriend as well. What the guy was stabbed. But wait, back to the house he destroyed. Look at the damage, shit thrown everywhere. So why did this happen? Why did this guy jump off the deep end all of a sudden? So it wasn't a 3-year downward spiral? Well, luckily he made a video explaining himself.
Okay guys, so
I'm in serious danger, and I need your help.
Connor says that he was dealing with a little thing called psychosis as a result of using Alzheimer's medication recreationally or something.
I was high on the MAM-team, an Alzheimer's medication that's an integral component of the Natty Plus protocol nootropic stack, and ironically, it distorted my memory of the events.
Wait, so Tony Huge, the Natty Plus protocol stack, huh? This is something that Tony offers. You're blaming it on Tony Huge's supplements. I hope this gets to Tony Huge. So, Tony, this video, I didn't put this together, but this was already the title of the video. Tony Huge will eventually flip, like the mafia said, like Christopher Moltisanti and Tony Soprano used to say. Tony is going to flip on Connor Murphy. Yes, he is. Tony Huge is going to flip on Connor Murphy because Connor Murphy has already flipped on him. He's basically saying that the events of stabbing his girl was based on some supplements that were administered and sold by Tony Huge's company, Enhanced. Are you kidding me? Wow. Tony Huge, when you watch my video, just know, yeah, your boy's trying to pin that on you, champ. He's saying that's Enhanced Labs that got him crazy. What do you have to say about that, champ? Wow.
He says that this drug caused him to see hallucinations, and the hallucinations put him into a schizo state.
It appears that hallucination induced some sort of perpetual schizophrenic state.
Saying that with his face red and his eyes gigantic. He looks crazy. Like, actually, like I'm scared. The guy was stabbed. The damage, shit thrown everywhere. So why did this happen? Why did this guy jump off the deep end all of a sudden? So it wasn't a 3-year downward spiral? Well, luckily he made a video explaining himself.
Okay, guys. So I'm in serious danger, and I need your help.
Connor says that he was dealing with a little thing called psychosis as a result of using Alzheimer's medication recreationally or something.
I was high on the MAM-team, an Alzheimer's medication that's an integral component of the Natty Plus protocol nootropic stack, and ironically, it distorted my memory of the events.
He says that this drug caused him to see hallucinations, and the hallucinations put him into a schizo state.
It appears that hallucination induced some sort of perpetual schizophrenic state.
Saying that with his face red and his eyes gigantic. He looks crazy. Like, actually, like I'm scared. I look at this man and I'm like, oh, wait. Yeah, this is not good. He also has a girlfriend, and he's just in Thailand for some reason. He's just in Thailand. Hopefully he doesn't get murdered or murder someone out there. Seems like he's making jokes or something too. He says that we, the content creators, can bring him back to reality, and we shouldn't delay because without intervening, he'll have another psychotic episode. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to help or what the is going on here.
You can convince your favorite YouTubers to make videos reinforcing the true Connor Murphy narrative.
And he's obviously joking, though, at the same time, but it doesn't seem like it's a joke, according to the headlines. Also, according to his girlfriend, she suffered bruises and cuts from his crazy hallucinations, and he hit her with a golf club, which he was arrested for. Luckily, though, she managed to escape with her 16-year-old sister, but was still hit in the crossfire. This is insane, and this shows the massive decline of this man's mental health, and that he just needs to help. He needs help.
Simply put, do you know why the Thai woman and her sister that ran out of the spot, do you know why charges were not pressed? Yeah. They've all got shit on each other. She could never press charges, or she probably would have. It's because she murdered with him. She committed a crime with this man, so she is pinned to that man. That man can do whatever he wants to that woman because she'll never tell. Because guess what? He said, oh yeah, guess what? She was involved in a little tit and tat in a bathroom with me. That's how that would go down. So she would never go to the authorities.
That's
She
the
couldn't.
brain of a normal man, a man predisposed to psychosis and just, you know, being unwell, shouldn't really be able to do this kind of stuff. Now he's in Thailand, so there's nothing anybody can do to help him. But it's okay, guys, though, because he makes joking videos and he's self-aware, so he's fine. He's totally fine out there. Connor's always had some crazy tendencies, but generally not just attacking people with golf clubs. He also cured his own gonorrhea, apparently.
Yeah, so they skimmed the surface of what actually happened. This is why I believe that Oompaville was paid off. Have they been talking? Because Oompaville, he did kill somebody. He did kill somebody. And you, the way that you frame things, have reinforced his future alibi. Want to know why nuance is so key? I didn't even realize the first time that I watched this video of Connor in the restroom. Take a look at this. What's he wearing? What the fuck does he have on his neck? A lion. So anyone that wants to come into my fucking comments and say this man didn't have anything to do with it, he's seen hallucinations. No, our souls transition into the afterlife, Connor. You are experiencing what it's like to talk to Leo in the afterlife, buddy. Because before this, I think the worst crime you had is that you went into another psychosis trip in California, in Sacramento, and you beat that girl to a pulp. Remember that off ashwagandha? Beat her to a pulp. So not only is he making this video that he sent to Oompaville for Oompaville to make and for him to include in that video, but he's making it in a bathroom. I was looking for the glasses. All I need to see is the glasses, Connor. Where are the glasses? Put the glasses in another video if you're that fucking, if you want to pump your fucking chest. Put the glasses that I know you have in a video, because I know you will. He's taunting us every chance he can get. He's got a lion around his neck and wants to blame it on Alzheimer's medication. No, you are talking to a soul in the afterlife. It happens. And it will continue to happen. Oh, you know what? I just noticed this too. Look at the framing of the... Look at the framing of the video. I just reinforced my other statement. He cut off the abs. He cut it off so he didn't show us the fake scar. Every time I do a little bit more due diligence, I look a little bit closer, I take a little bit more of a nuanced approach, it all comes together. That scar is fake, isn't it, Connor? Yeah. John Bravo did that for you, Connor. He scrambled the audio. How about, you want to be so transparent about this crime? Get us the neighbor's audio. Or when I touch down in Thailand, I will get that unedited audio from the neighbor. They were probably either talking shit in Thai, like this is that crazy motherfucker again that jumped out the window. They were like gossiping back and forth, which that's what I believe it was maybe like internal gossip in Thai that he had to loop over. Or it actually shows you doing something on camera that they cannot show. Or you say something, you admit to something that he cannot put out there. But that's collusion. That's the cabal that I've been talking about. Vince Goodrum, how you doing, champ? Those 3-hour live streams, still haven't heard anything out you. Are you still selling those subs for Enhanced? Are you still getting a percentage off of Enhanced Lab supplements? So you'll never cross Tony Huge. The Leo case is over, right? Nah, Tana, just go into my comments. Leo's mom is giving us valid and very crucial information, sir. So your video was a little unfactual. And I don't know if maybe a backhand deal got made or someone's back end got took for you to put falsehoods out on the internet and ruin your credibility, everything that you've built. Your channel's taking a hit. The numbers don't lie. You have nothing to put out because you're soulless. Just like anybody who is covering for this murder. You are all part of the cabal. So John Bravo has covered for you, Connor. Everyone has. Everyone knows. This is not a puff piece like Oompaville. This is ICU, man. We're getting down to the brass tacks. When you put out something like this, yes, you wanted a response. So we're right at your doorstep, champ. How was Greece? Fuckable fairy? held her end of the deal tight. You're the one that went crazy. She walked away from you when you pulled up the scar because she's like, man, nobody would have known about this shit if you didn't go crazy. Again. She's done with you, bro. She's done with you. She's there for the moment. But it looks to me like she's on her last leg, homeboy, and I have the proof. Now, he gave us a baseline double entendre. Do you want to know the real double entendre and triple entendre? The fact that it's him and her are the ones that are tagged. Cut. Get it? It's when the ball is struck by a club face that is open. Relative to the path. He's talking about Leo's murder and the way it happened. The skull fractures. The club face had to be open. After the fact, after he was in the bathroom, the blood was coagulating and they hit again. That's when we get the indentation marks in the laminate flooring. Yes, this right here, this is the reason why I felt the need to do more due diligence. When John Bravo asked Tony Huge for a response on what happened with Connor Murphy in the golf club incident, this was Tony's response to John. It was a simple, like, what's going on with Connor? And literally, John said, I can't even break down this text, man. You can read it for yourselves, guys. And he throws up the snapshot of their convo, and this was his response. Yeah. I mean, I can see being thorough, right? But when your response looks like this, to a simple, like, yo, what's Connor up to? Like, what's his mental state like? And you have to respond like this, you are personally invested. I know why you're personally invested. Because you are soon going to rat, going to flip, going to turn, going to tell, going to point the finger at Connor Murphy, the one that committed this crime. Your house was involved, so you'll only do a small stint, maybe no stint at all, once you fully flip on Mr. Conman, the Cons himself, Connor Michael Murphy. That's all we want out of this, champ. And then you can go back to Enhanced Labs, but I'm titling this video, Connor Murphy blames golf club incident on Enhanced Labs supplements. Because that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he's doing and has done. He literally blamed on the Natty Protocol, Natty Plus stack. That is part of your pharmaceutical company, Tony. So what are you going to do about it? Because this is going to paint your Enhanced Labs, your pharmaceutical company, in a very negative light. He's basically saying that he went crazy off of your sups. What do you got to say about that, champ? Is biohacking really what it's cracked up to be? Or is it all a sham? Because your boy that literally is an advocate for this lifestyle is telling all the world that your supplements made him go crazy. Yeah, that's not going to help your bottom line. That's not going to help sales, is it? I know that you will find out, Tony, that Connor's flipping on you. You pretty much know that now, that he blaming Enhanced Labs for causing his schizophrenia to cause some sort of Alzheimer's medication that's sold within the Natty Plus protocol. So what is it, Black Ox? Was it Blue Ox? Why can't you just call it by name, Connor? He flipped on you. So, Tony, flip back on him, or we got to find out what happened with Josh D. Brooks right here, man. This apartment that was on fire, and he had to jump out. He couldn't fight through the door or want to go out the smoke. He just jumped out. What happened with Josh D. Brooks? Because you came out with a post very similar what happened with Josh D. Brooks to what happened with Leo. And then you gave us the play with Leo. You gave us the bathroom with the club head strikes in it, fam. Yeah, you did. So, I mean, yeah, Connor's flipped on you, man. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. I would do it too. You have to have these dopamine hits. After that initial dopamine hit, you have to do things to bring it up. So you wear a Leo tank, and then you make insinuations about what happened in the comment, and then you tag the woman that you committed the crime with. So here you go. You wanted it, champ. Here's your injection of black tar heroin. This is what you want. This is exactly the effect Connor Murphy is looking for. He and Tony Huge cannot go a day without posting on social media. This is their lives. This is what stimulates them, letting everyone know what they are up to, even when it comes to unaliving somebody. They couldn't help but ride the fence, and we'll dangle a few carrots. Let's see if they can find out. We found out months ago. We, at this point, are just waiting for FBI and Joint Task Force to do what needs to be done and castle and use the knight to take bishop at e6, and things will happen in due time. Once again, this is not a puff piece, an Oopaville puff piece, Connor. We talk about the real life facts. And I love watching the golf content, but you also throw in using that fucking club within the golf content. You let us know when you need to let us know. And God, for some reason, I don't check your page, but then when I check your page, it happens to be these, like, blatantly obvious disses to the dead. This is the bad karma that you cannot escape. This is the reason I still make videos on this man. Some people are in my comments saying, leave this man alone. For what? He's dissing the dead. So he needs to get exposed. I would say we're not stupid, but we are stupid. Our FBI agents, our FBI team must be stupid. Or they must be sitting on things and just waiting. Just waiting for the right time. That's why you only went to Greece. You went to Europe. You went to the fringes of the waters. But you will not cross over into that western soil, though. You'll stay on the fringes, but you won't come here to the US of A. Will you, Connor? Will you? So the same way that you can taunt us from Thailand is the same thing we're doing here in the USA. You cannot come to the USA, pal. I guarantee you can't. You can taunt all you want in Thailand because they don't give a fuck about shit out there until they do. And they will when their asses are under the fire. But until then, have fun in Thailand because you're not coming to the USA, buddy. You're scared of the USA. That's a fact.
It's possibly the most esculent buffet I have ever witnessed. And so this shall be the cessation of the carnivore diet for now. And it shall resume on the 18th after I'm back from my trip in Europe. So let's feast.
But anybody that wants to dispute the fact that this man and that little teeny bop shorty that was the little sex worker, if you don't think that she was involved and Connor was involved, and Connor's flashing that scar to remember, have everyone remember, she's crazy, right? Because I'm going to eventually pin all this on her. We already deciphered the play, brother. And just in case you didn't see it, just going to replay it again. This man is infatuated with Leo and longevity, throwing these little subtle clues in every single story, every single post. You will see something about what he did. So eventually, how the world works, this man eventually will get caught. Everything you put on the net, man, this little dopamine hit you get from coming back and watching my videos, just know, man, you know, it's gonna run dry. The dopamine will hit when the U.S. authorities extradite, and then your girl is pretty much ostracized in her own society for covering up a unaliving. But you gave it away right when you said a club face that is open relative to the path. You're not playing in no tournaments. You're not playing in no sanctioned events. You're out here on a driving range, brother. Let me see you go out to the actual course. Let me see your mid-range. Let me see you putt. This right here is like playing home run derby. Do you play baseball or are you just playing home run derby? Hone in on your craft, man, and sit back and relax because the feds is on you like Craftmatics. And Tony Huge, I wonder why Tony's over here with like 80 different women and you are not over there with him. You're with him sparingly. You guys do a couple collabs and then you guys are nowhere to be found. It's because you know what's about to happen, G. So stay tuned. It's ICU. And everything about us is blue collar and we gets it out the mud. This dude is a clout demon. And he's going to have that Thai girl also slip up. So stay tuned. Holy fuck. Oh my gosh. I got chills. If you have made it to this point in the video, 40 minutes in, I just got chills. This right here is from me. I'm actually holding the okay. This is God. Let me show you and tell you how this is God, all right? We're 41 minutes in. The reason why you can see Connor in the background is because I'm holding the actual Instagram video with the reel, and if you move it side to side, it actually moves it to what is behind it. That's why this is actually really, really scary if you think about it. So this is the reel, and I'm moving it so it doesn't shut off and it doesn't play the sound, right? But I'm not noticing that I'm pulling it over to the right. What's uncovered behind it is Connor Murphy. So I'm like, this is kind of scary. I'm gonna use it for the video, right? Using for the outro, I'm like, let me outro on my nigga's face because it's scary. You do that, right? We end up doing that, right? You guys see anything? Connor, thanks for letting us know. I only see one teardrop. I don't see two. What does a teardrop signify, guys? Yeah. Yep. I would have never even seen this. I would have never even seen this. But we saw it now. If this video doesn't show you, I don't know how. And if you are unfamiliar with what a teardrop signifies, it is usually tattooed by gang members or ones of a cult leadership, and it signifies the taking of one's soul from one's body, the taking of one's life, the tear that's fallen for the soul that has been taken. So I hope you realize who you are looking at. I hope you understand that Connor Murphy is the devil. It's ICU. And everything about us is blue collar, and we gets it out the mud. Stay tuned.